your children will take you down through there. I would tell my children, y'all know we had to keep lights on. Child support didn't always come every month. Had to keep shoes on your big old feet. And when they get grown, baby, they'll say some things to you. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all too quiet for me. But I know that the Lord got 3 children, but there's 1 child. See, the devil couldn't whoop me with relationships no more. Started coming through my heart. You know I love my children. How many real mothers I got in here? Right or wrong, still your baby. Still my child. Had a 17-year-old looking at 50 years in prison for the rape of a 14-year-old white girl. But I know that's the Lord. I got down on my knees and I told God, whatever it takes, don't take his life, but change his life, because I know that the Lord. God knows what it takes to keep us close to him. I was calling lawyers and calling everybody I could call. And let me tell you, when you're going through, you find out who your friends are. His face was all over the news and all in the newspaper. And I would be standing in Walmart and people were pointing their fingers and talking about it. But I know that the Lord. He was running from the police and the police was telling me, if he don't turn himself in and we catch him, if he try to fight, we gonna kill him. Police told me I'll never fight him again. I put a bullet in his head before I fight him. And as a mother, that thing grieved my heart. But I still can say that the Lord, Lord, Lord. I was sitting at my desk on a Friday. And I told God, I said, I'm tired of him running from the police, and I'm tired of the police in behind me thinking he in my truck. God said, turn him in yourself. If you be there, they won't kill him. They ain't gonna hurt him in front of you. But if they catch him by himself, they ain't gonna tell him what happened. Sometimes God will tell us to do some crazy things. But if you don't trust him, just trust him. I called the police and I got him up to the job. We went to the service station and the police pulled in and he said, Mom, I'm finna run. I said, please don't run. When they walked over to the passenger side of the truck, they snatched the door open. And I said, don't fight. Soon as they told him, stand up, put your hands behind your back, he started fighting. They started fighting. Here, 3 police is fighting and dragging. They dragged him so till his clothes were hanging. And I was on my knees asking them, please don't kill my baby. Because when we think about it, there's some things we ain't always been right about, but God didn't love me no less. It's been some times I was showing up wrong, but Mama, God loved me. In spite of my wrong, he still loved me. I wish somebody would say 3 days. I wish I had some Bible readers, some real church folk. Just say 3 days. I got down on my knees. I got my Bible. And I stood in my Bible and I said, God, all I got is to stand on your word.
That's right.
How many of you know his word don't change? How many of you know his word don't change? They called me that Saturday evening and told me, man, we had to lock him down because people were finding out that he was being charged with rape. And when you be charged with rape and you come to jail for things like that, people can hurt. He was 17 years old. Jesus. But you know what that thing taught me? Somebody say what? It's easy to point your finger at somebody when that ain't your struggle. It's easy to talk about the crackhead until one of your children. It's easy to talk about the homeless man until you got to get put out. A whole lot of us ain't just living a paycheck for being homeless. Somebody say 3 days. Somebody say 3 days. If you know he on time every time, say 3 days. That Monday morning, I was sitting in my truck and I had my head hung down. Every lawyer was asking for $8,000 and $5,000 and $10,000 just to take the case. And I didn't have $18 in my purse. By that time, my telephone rang. The same man that drove my baby off to jail told me, Miss Johnson, come get your baby. We found out he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. When I went there to pick him up, that same hard-headed child was standing out in the prison. I ran out there in the jail parking lot saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I wish somebody would thank him with me. Thank him with me. And he ain't where I want him to be, but he sure ain't where he used to be. You got to let the word do the change. You ain't got to beat them across their head. Don't throw your children away. I don't care what nobody says. Don't throw them away. Y'all can look at me funny because your good Johnny going to college and he doing this and he doing that. Let me tell you something, baby. Without a test, you ain't got a testimony. I was asking God, why me? You quit putting your mouth on the folks, Stephanie. So I know that the long. Y'all real tired. Has been so good. So good to you.